we find other ways to have fun.
We certainly do. With that being said, what's up, guys? Studfit here, doing another tour reaction. We'll see how it doesn't look like we have many reactions left in the tank, at least as they are today. It's always been my focus. Once we heard this news, was this is the end of what we know to be Mario Kart Tour. Doesn't mean it's the end, and so that's always there is a very clear distinction. So I know there were some videos out there that seem more clickbaity than others, but this is we have an end to the way we know the game today. That's very clear. It's very different than this is the end of the game. Period. So just to be extremely clear out there. So well, I don't know what the reactions will look like. I mentioned on Kart Talk, I think when I started doing the rundown, 3 years ago, it was like literally about this time of that year. It was the LA tour. I just remember doing all the buffs manually, which are only like, I don't know, something like 23 or 40 or something like that compared to 500 or whatever there was this past tour, and just had it on my phone and screen through it. And I think the main point of it was I came out with it on Wednesday morning with the new tour. So everyone opened up the new tour, they wanted to know what happened. So I think that was really important for me to be able to kind of help the community get a little nudge. And then there was just so much content that it took, days of slides and putting it together, etc. That now you see it on Friday. You've even seen it on Saturday mornings. So I think the goal would be that whatever I'm doing, it'd be cool if I could come out with something that was very helpful based on where the meta is on Wednesday mornings. So we'll see what I think. You won't stop seeing me on Wednesday mornings, but I think it'll look different, and hopefully it's a little bit more helpful. So with all that being said, I'm excited to get into this brand new tour. There's definitely been a lot of hype for it. At the same point in time, I have some of my stud members here joining me. So what's going on, guys? I know there's looks like we got Bobby and that's Droid. What's going on, man? How you doing?
What's up, buddy?
How you doing, sir? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a little while, huh?
Yeah, man. If you missed it, Bobcat Droid was with us on Kart Talk. Definitely one of my favorite episodes. I think we talked about and kind of processing all this new information. I thought it was a great episode, very dynamic. I think we covered just about everything going on. I'm sure we'll still probably see some new stuff. But how do you feel it went?
Man, I feel like I might have been a little bit tired. I hope it didn't come off too bad. And then I noticed my sound quality wasn't that great. Usually, I have my nice mic on and things like that, and I didn't have it. But I mean, on it, like the content, I think it was great. I think there was just so much good. There was just so much good, things we were going over and talking about there that. It was really fun, and I think G's kind of made it at the end there too. So it was good.
Awesome, man. I'll give a little shout while we're having the game load. I'll give a little shout out to what's going on. Slay Me. I see chat about Rita, Tyler Burbank, Eva Taco, Mesa, Crazy, Rachel J, Crispy Iron, Shohei, and Dashing so far. I'm sure we'll have a number of pop in. Yeah, so just while it's loading, I'm curious to hear what your thoughts were on the Sunday tour. But I did like a little, just kind of soft, just see how things go for kind of a top ACR run. It's been a while since I've just even kind of gotten into the rhythm and kind of scratched the dust off of what a good score could be. And so I went through my score. I don't even know what the percentage was on the All Cup ranking. I think I finished within the top 20, maybe top 25. I think the last there was probably, I think going into the very last day, I think 9 tracks that I hadn't even touched, and there were battle tracks with so many points, like 30,000 points and more left on it. But I just didn't feel like grinding these last couple of days. My son's birthday was yesterday, so we. went to the jump park and lunch and like a little Pokemon card, shop, and just had a fun. And then we played Mario. They're really into Pokemon trading card games, so played a couple matches, did some 2 loads of laundry, dishes. So I think I just like left 10,000 on each of those last 9 tracks and called it a day. But it was actually really cool. I surpassed 2.6 million. For those who care, and so it's just nice to get over that little benchmark and have kind of a fun little way of just like practicing and just kind of getting back into the skill of getting some good runs. I did get in between just waiting for my sons to at the jump park. I think I got coin box single, coin box frenzy run on one of the Luigi circuits. It was absolutely insane. I think it was, I think I left 60 points on the track. So there were a couple fun runs in there that was well worth grinding. But we kind of talked about it on Kart Talk. This game is, I don't know if playing more than 80 hours in a tour is ever in the cards for me. But it was a fun tour. What do you think of the Sunday tour before we head into the anniversary tour?
Man, I got to tell you, I did not play a lot. This is the first tour I made top 1,000 fairly easily, but I didn't play it a lot. I'm not a big fan of the original Vanilla Lakes. Maybe Vanilla Lake 1T. I think I mentioned that in Card Talk, but I didn't play it a lot. But there were some fun tracks that last night I actually went on and just played for fun. The DK Summit RT, I played that one a couple times because DK one. Gladiator got it, and I have an 81430. And then I have the Wiggler 81430. So I was just messing around a little bit, trying to boombox a little bit. I didn't get one, but it was still fun to play.
Yeah, I think between Summit and Sky Sunday, there were some really, really fun tracks in there that I absolutely loved grinding. There were a couple where I finished it and I was like, I want to go back. That was such a fun track. And then there was Vanilla Lakes. I hated those, man. Even some of the I like Lucky 7. Lucky 7's a fun skill for me, and I just cannot. I think there was one track where I spent I watched the entire 4 hours of football on Sunday, playing this just in the back, watching it kind of, while also playing one of the Vanilla Lakes with the silver me suit, and I still left 10,000 on that track. It was, it was just brutal. I just hate the old Vanilla Lakes. Vanilla Lake 2 is all right. I see that in the chat. See Mesa likes Vanilla Lake 2. It's fine. It's probably the best Vanilla Lake, but that's not saying much. What's up, Hula Loop? It sounds like you're not a big fan of the Vanilla Lakes either.
Nope. I've played the DK Pass. That's the best track in the game.
DK Pass is a lot of fun. DK Summit was just a blast, man. I don't know if it's just because of the drivers that were on there, and but man, those were so much fun. All right, let's get into the anniversary tour. There's a lot going on. Apparently, at least we got this brand new driver, which we had the community vote on. That's probably where I'm going to just jump first, because the news. We'll get to the news. There's sometimes they spoil it, and this I don't think there's been any driver since King Mario that's been more anticipated than this brand new Gold Mario. So let's get. We got to get into the Stud Fam and see how they did in the ranked. I didn't spend too much time in ranked just because of all cup ranking, so definitely left a good number of points on that track. I didn't even finish Kart Pro, to be honest with you. I just got my my pipe pulls and just moved on because there was just not enough time to do everything I wanted to this tour. There we go, gold chocolate balloons. It definitely looks cool, but unfortunately, don't get to use it when it's most useful. Which kind of a thing. Oh.
Yeah, I did not load in, so I have no idea. I'm literally experiencing it with you.
Okay.
So be fun.
That's awesome. Yeah, sometimes we have an expert on here who's guiding me along the way. Sometimes it's fun just to kind of be reacting to it. What do you think about Gold Mario? What was since you have not opened up the app, I can ask you, what do you think his skill will be?
So remember what I said. It has to be both, or I'm wrong. It has to be magnet and coin box, or I'm wrong. It
has to be magnet or coin box to break the game.
Because I don't understand how magnet can be a skill. That's why, like, I don't like. How does that happen? You know, like, what does it look like? So I think that's why it has to be both for me, because coin box is a skill, but magnet is just like an ability that it already has. That Gold Mario already has. So that's my guess.
I'm with you, man. I like it. What's up, Priska? I see Matt Ulrich out there. Monk's Music. Hopefully you guys are doing well. The gold, new Gold Mario Cup icon. That's a good way to go out. What's going on, G. Siegel? How are you doing, man? Good. All right, let's get into it. I will say, Antolev went bonkers. It looks like on All Cup ranking, he was 7th going into about noon yesterday, meaning he had a good 12 hours ahead of him. He pretty safely got top 10. Just absolutely bonkers scores. I think he got he was the pit crew, chief or champion or whatever it is. I think chief both weeks. He probably got the action count king this tour. He got it last tour. He just was I think it was Melody. We'll have to look back at the tape, but Antolev crushed it. Congratulations, Antolev, on top 10. That was phenomenal. Finished the ranked week at 186, 746. Just like a phenomenal job. He just absolutely crushed it. Notice there he did have the spooky sprinkles at level 8, 805, which is just insane. But when you're going for top 10, you have to go all out on some of those. See Kareem at 186. Just 200 points, less than 200 points, less than Antolev. See Neo, 182. Draco, 169. I got 168. Carlos got 167. Nikki V, 167 as well. I am Helock, 161. Jeevesy, 160. Plugged in, 156. Big Brolo, 153. Gold Heroes, it's Hero, 150. Montana, 148. Shadow Ledge, 147. Ronnie, 146. Matt, 143. Frenzy Fans, 139. Ava Quado, 137. Raker, 136. Raz, 134. SMG, 134 as well. And same with Shy Guy Kart. That's a popular score, 134. Fred's Grind, 133. Issa, 132. Larry, 131. E. Deedle, 129. G. Siegel, 128. Jose Calma, 126. Sammy D, 125, Spy2K, 121, Chloington, 121, Brian Voice, you got 121, Blah Blah Blah, 119, Frenzy Fangirl, 119, Adam, 118, Luca, 118, 007, Mr. I think this is Groovy, 140, 118, Crazy, 117, So Crazy, 115, Yowie, 114, Breeden, 106, Snuffles, 103, Tyler, 103. And then we got the sub 100s, SM Bros, 92, Zooms, 89, Woololoop, 88 there, and Marco, 87, and 2CJN, 36. And then This Be Chris took the tour off. So there we go. That was how the friends did. I know everyone just wants to see what's going on with the Mario skill. So I'm going to, before I get to any news, and I will jump into the pictures here of where we got. So we had 18 people vote for new skill. Some had overlapped with the coin box, which is totally fine. I think a lot of people were hoping for what you mentioned there, Bobcat, the magnet skill plus coin box skill, which I think would be really cool if they did it for a couple different reasons. One, it would kind of break some of the meta between the Miis and the non-Miis, and it actually would probably put, if his base points were not those of a Mii, it probably put it maybe on equal footing, depending on how it was rolled out or implemented with a Mii Coinbox driver. But either way, I think that's what a lot of people are hoping for. So for those who do believe he will have a new skill, this vacuum skill, magnet skill, whatever you want to call it. So Crazy, G Siegel, Raker, myself, Cranebow, Jilly Beans, Bobcat, Luca, Monk's Music, Nikki V, N2CJN, Spy2K, Frenzy Grind, Issa, Edeedle, Matt Ulrich, Rashid, Bob Teagang, and we had 9 for Coinbox that may or may not overlap there. Beer had Coinbox by itself. Todd Gilkey, Coinbox by itself. Bob Blob had Coinbox by itself. Bobcat, this is where you felt like they would have both combined. Monk's Music, General Meow, Firestorm, Davey, Raz. I don't see a lot of the same names as over here. Which is so I think you might have been the only person who kind of combined them, which is totally fine. And then we had look at this Kirby skill. I don't know. I think it was just more to troll us. Even Taco and Telev. And then we had like this magnet by itself, which I think is kind of doubling down on not just a new skill, but this magnet skill for Bubba Squad. And Beer did have 2 votes there between that. And then we have the RIP emoji from Bob Blob Blob. Got to appreciate that. Got a little bubble vote from General Meow, who did vote twice. Then we got Crazy with the Bob Bomb Cannon, which would be quite interesting. And then we have Wooloop with the Fireball skill, Fireflower. So that certainly would be like a pretty funny way to go out there. I gotta appreciate that. All right.
Yeah, I just think it'd make the game really fun over the next year as you see him getting all the tracks if he has both,
Yeah.
Like for a lot of people.
Yeah, no, I think we'd be like on edge going into every rundown, going into every opening of the game on a Wednesday, just like, please don't take my tracks. Please don't take my tracks. Whether you like Gold Charging Chuck or, Gold Yoshi, Gold something, whatever it might be, you're just like crossing your fingers and praying it doesn't get this track. So without further ado, let's go down. Let's see what we got, what skill we have for the brand new, long-awaited Gold Mario. I even like his pose there, kind of like the old school there, Mario. Let's go 3, 2, 1. Fireflower. Oh, man, the relief.
Oh, my God.
I can understand why they put it, just because the coin vacuum on its own is going to make it overpowered, so they had to balance the skill.
But Studfit, go to like the first tour explanation screen and see further.
Wow.
You talking about the news?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, man. I'm just relieved, to be honest with you, because I was, oh man. Well, congratulations, Wooloop. You got it right. You were the only person to guess that. And
Wooloop. Shout out to Wooloop. The lone, congrats, bro. Good call.
I kind of figured it was going to be a bad skill.
I just think it's funny because they could have messed with us there. And at the same point in time, I get it. Like I don't even know if Nintendo would be trolling us in haha, I gotcha, or if they just were like, you know what, this is like the best way to kind of mess with you, or like this is the best way to just kind of wrap things up with a new driver with the original skill of Mario. So either way, I'm good with it. Like whatever they were trying to say or do, like that's best case scenario for me in my mind. So for what it's worth. Brian mentioned check out the news, so we'll start here. We're going to go through the news next anyway, so it makes a lot of sense to just do it that way. Yeah, let us know in the chat what your thoughts are on that reaction. That's pretty insane. What's going on, Beer? Beer's out in the chat. I see Crested Peak. The Kirby suck skill. There you go. Okay, that makes much more sense than what I had assumed it would be. Paul, what's going on, Paul? Hopefully you're doing well, man. Godluck, how are you doing, sir? Meme Flower. Fire, go burn. Rachel says, been dying for you to find out. Oh, man, I was so relieved. You have no idea. I'm disappointing in Gold Mario. Says Godluck. Crested Peak Fireflower is genuinely not awful at scoring hits and scattering coins to suck up. Yeah, I'm not even. I mean, I'm not even worried now. I don't even have to get him. Like it's a collector's item basically. They've taken it from like what could be like a meta killer, to basically just a collector's item. Just fun to have. It stands. It looks like he's going to be a permanent boomerang or worse. So let's scroll down to the Gold Mario to see the coin vacuum. Hold up. Wait, did I miss something? All right, let's keep reading before I get spoiled in the chat. Let's see what's going on here. All right, we already knew there'd be 48 rubies. We kind of found that out one way or another. Place high in the anniversary tour ranking, and you can get Gold Mario and Gold Mario's hat balloon glider for the first half of the tour. You can also get Gold Mario and the Gold Standard Cart for the second half of the tour. In addition to Fireflower skill, Gold Mario has the ability to draw in coins. Aha! All right. So there is a big caveat here. All right, interesting. The Gold Mario appearing in the gifts for placing high in Ranked Cup has a smaller radius in drawing in coins than Gold Mario that appears in Coin Rush. All right, so he does have a skill of attacking skill, but he also has a built-in little suction cup that's a smaller radius. That's what I'm reading. It doesn't look like we can use him until we win him in ranked. So we could see some people pulling out their tickets to be a little bit more competitive. It does look like he does have this vacuum skill. So while Lulup, you are correct with his skill. It does look like these people who voted for vacuum. Actually, technically, it's not a new skill. If you think about skill, as in like what you see there, but it does have this magnet ability, which we don't have any other abilities. Which is just a weird introduction. But there we go. Has anyone seen it being like do the bots have this skill? If so,
Yes.
Lobbies with this Gold Mario would be annoying. So what's it look like when you've raced against him, Will Loop?
It was really strange because the coins were being sucked up, but it wasn't a large radius at all.
Like we're talking like like if you're going through a jump and you got like coins spaced out on the ramp, what are you talking about? Like 2 coins? You're getting 3 coins?
Yeah, about 2 coins.
Okay. All right. So that's not too big. But I guess that's why it was mentioned. It's kind of cool that you don't have to push the screen. Like you don't have to tap the screen to have those actions built in. So you could theoretically hit someone with your Fireflower. Coins are released, and it just kind of picks it up for a couple extra tiny little actions. Still doesn't bring it anywhere close to a Coinbox driver or a Mia driver, in my opinion, based on what I've just heard. I will wait to make my official decree until I see it's actually being used and stuff. But let us know in the chat what your thoughts are if you've gone against a bot with it. I will say, I think the biggest impact from what I'm reading is actually bots. Like, if you get a lobby and you got this guy in there, just like get him out. Because if you're getting a Coinbox frenzy and you got this guy just like riding your tail and he's just soaking up some of your coins, that could destroy a run. So that's my biggest impact from this. Other than that, I think it's still a collector's item. It's cool. It's like one of those you have to get just to have them. But I don't think he's not gonna break any meta from what I just heard. Let me know what you think in the chat. Let me know. Mankalore has done a video with this Gold Mario. So, I think we've talked about this Mario having a different, there's like there's like the Gold Mario that's being used in the Gold Rush, and then there's like a different type of Mario in the data mining. So I wonder if that's the same one that Mankalore has used. I remember watching the video that Mankalore had, and it wasn't a big radius, so maybe it's the same one. Matt says I've been saying this would be disappointing like Tanuki Leaf, so this is pretty hilarious. Paul says, let's see how Gold Mario fares when some people have him next week as to how high they scored. Yeah, so I think no matter what, I can see a lot of players just pulling out their tickets, going all in on ranked, and just doing whatever they possibly can to get him. And the thing is that we have, 2 chances to get him, right? Week 1 and week 2. That's kind of what I'm reading here. If that is the case, I do wonder if they'll ever bring him back for ranked. It's like, could be one of those things kind of like Gold PD or whatever, where, it goes a long period of time without getting him. So again, for what it's worth, sounds like definitely a collector's item.
Maybe Spotlight Shop, maybe a couple weeks later.
Oh, okay. I think if they give it a ranked award, they'll give it some time. I don't see it in the Spotlight Shop a couple weeks later. That might be wishful thinking, but you never know. Nintendo does weird stuff. Ibutaku says he's best with coin gliders. Should also work very well on tracks with tight coin placement on the ramps in the air. I agree with the second part. I don't see how he would be best with coin gliders, though. I don't think it would make.
I wonder if it has a big enough radius, Luke, maybe to get like a moderately sized coin ring in the air.
I think he was talking about the coin gliders as far as front running and getting more coins, like coin frenzies.
Mm. Yeah, but I don't know what that has to do with his skill.
Though. Oh, it doesn't. No, he's saying like front run with a coin glider, to get coin frenzies and then get the coins on the ramps and in the air.
Okay.
He's basically, to me, now that I've had a little bit of time to process this, because I'm really upset. He's basically a front running driver that you'll get a few extra coins on the track by sucking it in with some magnets. So that's three. You're trying for a triple coin frenzy run. Is
I think he's a front runner, and I think that because that's the thing about front running, is that you don't want people stealing your coins, like any coins on the track, because those are coins that you would sock up. I think for tracks with like a lot of gliding sections that have like these bursts of coins, you probably, through like one of those coin sections where you glide through, I wonder if you could get as many as like 7 or whatever, because you're thinking like 6 above, 6 below, or 3 above, 3 below, and then that one in the middle. I'm guessing that you could probably pick up 7 coins there, which in addition to the gliding actions could be pretty strong. But yeah, you're right. You're going for
probably like one of those coin sections where you
hey, what's going on, Antelope? How are you doing, sir?
I wonder if you get as many as like 7.
Do you mind muting me in the background?
If you 6 below, or 3 above,
it's always weird.
3 below, and that one in the middle. I'm guessing that you.
I'll mute you till you get that set up. He
jumped on. He's like, I have something to say. He's like chatting in the thing.
I'm like, that was a good point I made there about 30 seconds ago.
Yeah.
But I mean, like gliding, like sections with these gliding sections, or I'm thinking like even like some like DK Summit. Yeah, you're getting 5-6 extra actions, pretty cool. But you're still going for those double coin frenzies.
I could see like a tight track to the Frappe Snowland when you're going through that corridor, getting a fire flower and hitting like 3 or 4 people and getting all those coins. I could see that, but like when it's more open.
Okay, sorry about that. That was weird. I didn't actually hear you on the Zoom.
Yo, what's up, Antelope? How you doing, sir?
Still don't hear you. What's going on?
All right. Well, while you're working that out, I'll get to the rest of the chat. He does have his own cup, which is nice. I know there's been some discussions in the community about if there will be cup boosts for the Miis going forward. The assumption is they will, but you never know. The wording was kind of temporary-ish. Can you hear me now?
Now I can. Yeah, sorry. I had it on my headphones for some reason.
What's going on, Antelope? How are you doing, sir?
I'm good, man. How are you? How are you feeling right now? What's your emotional state?
Yeah. You know what? We just saw his bonus ability. It's not a skill. It's like an ability on top of his skill. His skill now becomes they kind of gave him a pretty sweet ability, but kind of nerfed him with the skill. You're still going for the double coin frenzy, triple coin frenzy. It is nice you can get a couple extra actions here and there. It depends on like the track. And so, maybe there's just a little bit more attention to, if there's like a gliding section with coins all around, or like ramps with a bunch of coins really close to each other. But at the end of the day, I still don't think that even getting an extra, 20 actions with a non-me even puts it on par with any of these me's. So he's not like a me killer. I think that was kind of our fear. It was that he was at least going to be on par or be better than the me's. But I think he might, this might put him on par with like just under the top skill. Like for instance, Coinbox, Boomerang, top 2 skills. I think you could maybe outscore, maybe Giant Banana or Lucky 7 with, just kind of having this ability on top of the skill. But certainly nothing that breaks the meta. That's kind of my interpretation, just from literally seconds of processing. What's your thoughts?
I think it's going to be heavily dependent on his radius. That's because if it's like Tanuki Leaf or worse, then I would tend to agree with you. But I think if it has if it's a similar radius to in Coin Rush, then it's going to be like a jacked up Boomerang driver where you don't have to wait for Boomerang frenzies. You can just stuff your lobby full of coin boxers and go like hog wild. I mean, you could theoretically have, 3, 4, 5 coin boxes in a race where you collect all the coins from a spill, which actually has pretty crazy potential. But if his radius is not good, then, and that's on top of like coin rings and track coins and things too. So it's really going to depend on how big is that radius, how many of the 40 coins from a single coin box from a bot are you going to be able to actually pick up. But I think, you'd want to more treat it like a Boomerang driver.
Yeah, the part about that is, and I like that idea. The good part compared to like say Super Leaf is, there's no, you're not like floating, you're not levitating through the track, or you don't have to push A, you don't have to worry about getting the Boomerang through the item box. You can just literally do your normal actions around somebody who has that coin box. That part's awesome. That part is, it's nice not like having to rely on getting a Boomerang through the item box, like a Boomerang skill, like either a single or a frenzy. That part's really, really nice. Now, I still, at the end of the day, though, like let's say you get, 50 more actions. Like let's say a perfect run, you're still not competing with the Mii's. So that's just kind of that's why I'm happy. That's why I'm relieved. But yeah, I mean, it could be really pretty fun. For some players. I don't think it's in that situation, even if you have 5 coin boxers, though, only one person can release a single box at a time. So let's say you get let's say it has this small radius, and each one of those 5 bots releases an item, a coin box, single box, every single item throughout the entire track. You're probably picking up, I don't know, maybe based on the radius, if we're assuming it's small, maybe 10 coins for each item box. So you got 10 coins for every item box. In like a perfect situation, you're getting 80 extra actions. That might move the needle. I still at the end of the day, though,
80 extra actions would move the needle, yeah. And I think 10 is maybe even a bit low.
Okay.
The thing also about the coin vacuum skill is you don't wreck the bots while you're using it, right? You just suck up the coins. With the Boomerang Frenzy, you will knock out a bot. Like a coin box bot will get hit by you and then will fall behind, and then you have to like kind of try to stall and get behind them again. This you can kind of just camp out behind the coin box bot and just follow them around,
Yeah, the radius is going to matter. Like I'm thinking like how many coins in Mushroom Gorge when you hit that mushroom and you glide up, and it has like those 40 coins. Like how many, if you went right in the middle, are you going to get? Mm-hmm. That's what's going to matter.
I think it's really all going to come down to that. If it's a tiny radius, you're right, it's probably not going to move the needle much. If it's a radius similar to what we see in Coin Rush, then I think you're in the, I mean, what I'm thinking about is these like short tracks, these 4-box tracks where we have like 140, 150 action count target. And then it's a realistic chance that putting an extra even 50, 60 actions on top of that makes it now like a 180 or 200 check. And that is huge. You know, unfortunately, we have this soft cap at 200. If we didn't have that, I would say there's potential he'd become much more OP than he is, because I think, you know, action count wise, the potential is there. But yeah, like we just have to wait and see about the radius.
So let's say you took this this gold Mario to quad cap with the 1610 or whatever it is, base points, level 8, and then you had you know, just let's say a gold me. You're still gonna, I mean, there's not really a situation where you would outscore gold me. Even if you got 80 actions, unless you had like a really short, even in a short track. I mean, if you had like one of these Riverside Parks or something where the ceiling is, you know, 140 actions. I'm just trying to think of like the worst case scenario. I still think
no, that's true, but there's only 2 coin box me's in the entire game, so they don't cover every track, you know.
Okay. So boomerang, I still think you probably would, like a boomerang me, you probably would still outscore that. But maybe giant banana or like he's 7, maybe you outscore that. Yeah, no, I'm with you there. Yeah, no, I think it's kind of spunky. I like the move, Nintendo. I don't know if you know, again, it's an item box, a single box going through every single item box by 5 different bots. Like that's a dream situation. That's one that I'm not patient enough to wait for. But I think for someone like yourself who had a lot of time to put into All Cup ranking, you know, maybe that's a way to kind of, you know, help you know, boost up your score for some of these really short tracks. Which congratulations on your top 10 run. How confident do you feel? It looked like just looking at the scores going into around lunchtime yesterday, looks like you were at number 7 with about 12 hours left, or, you know, 14 hours left to play. How'd the grind go?
Yeah, it was. I mean, this was the most relaxed top 10 grind I ever did, because I didn't really care if I get it or not. I didn't put any pressure on myself. Like at the beginning of the tour, I was like, well, there's a lot of people going for it. I'm not going to be able to get like a top 5 finish, so I'll just wait for another thing, you know. But then when the news came out, I was like, all right, fine. I don't really need to save tickets anymore if we're not getting new content anymore, so I might as well just go for it. And I was having a lot of fun. So I kind of got a bit of a late start, and there's a lot of tracks which I grinded with worse loadouts than I end up like upgrading to. So that was kind of unfortunate. So like time-wise, I was kind of stretched, and especially in the back half of the tour, I wrote down a lot of scores which I didn't, which were like, you know, less than acceptable to me. But for the most part, I mean, I'm pretty happy. My initial target was I want to hit 2.9 million. I ended on 2.935. Yeah, according to Rashid's last projection, the cutoff was going to be 2.91. So if that holds true, then I will have gotten it. But I don't really mind that much. If I miss out, I had really a lot of fun, because the tracks this tour were so awesome. I had so much fun on the ice tracks. The new ones, you know, Vanilla Lake 2 RT, RMX Vanilla Lake 1 RT, you know, and then we got like, you know, DK Pass and Sky Ice and all these like super fun tracks back, DK Summit. So I just really enjoyed it. I streamed it a lot. So yeah, it's probably the last time I'll ever go for top 10. I mean, who knows? But I mean, I'm completely out of tickets. We'll see.
Yeah, no, I saw you streaming a number of times. So congratulations. That's a phenomenal job. I mean, I just was looking at those who were going, like, even I think like top 13, 14, even some people like, you know, Swirls that were a little bit lower that probably on the last day could have jumped up pretty high. I mean, it was just so competitive, but it was a lot of fun. It was just those Vanilla Lakes, man. Those Vanilla Lake 2 or whatever it was. Those were brutal. I don't know how.
Some of those short tracks is really like difficult, because yeah, you it's just really hard to get a high action count. And if you miss by 5 actions, that can be a few thousand with these kind of loadouts. So I think I ended on 98.6%, which is like, for me, I'm usually like 98, 99% if I really go for it. I'm not a 100+ % guy. I'm just not that good. But I mean, I'm happy enough with my own performance.
You say that good, but then you also got 98%, which is great. How much time did you put into it?
Yeah, I checked on the last day and I was somewhere over 99. I don't know exactly how much. I didn't feel like I grinded that much. Although I have to say I spent a lot of time in the first 3 days grinding tokens. I would say I probably spent 30 or 40 hours just grinding tokens because tokens were so annoying that I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna only grind and do tokens. And I don't know if I was not doing it efficiently or whatever, but it took me forever. I mean, I was like working from home and like 8 hours a day, like, oh my God. So I don't know if you subtract that, I don't know, but I mean, I definitely put in enough time. Again, I'm not like one of these skilled guys that can do an ACR in like 50, 60 hours.
Yeah, that's insane. I probably put 50 hours, and I think I got top 25 or something, top 20.
All right.
Which was, again, some of these tracks were phenomenal. I absolutely love them, but the Vanilla Lake 2s were just pain in the butt. I will say, battle tracks, I might need to just have somebody come on a video and just like let's talk about battle tracks and just what are we doing? What are we doing with our lives with these battle tracks? Because they're so annoying, dude.
The potential there is so high as well. I mean, if you can go in there with a coin box and get close to 200 and well fought, it's like 20K on top of what 15, 20K on top of what your estimated score is. Crazy.
Yeah. And I thought Morton would help me out on the battle track too.
Nope.
Dude, Giant Banana is just not even close. It's coin box only. I'm with you. All right. I see. So, congratulations, Antlev. Appreciate you joining us as well. This is quite a treat.
And not only that, Battle 1 now is locked because there's no way Gold Mario, who's now a flower driver, can.
Yeah, you know what? We never
coin boxer.
We never got to see his tracks.
Well, we don't know that he doesn't. Oh yeah, he's not a coin boxer. That's right. Oh yeah, that sucks.
Yep. So we have no coin box on Battle 1. Doesn't that suck?
I mean, half the time there's a me boost, but is that something you guys discussed already? Do we think the first track per cup me boost is going to go away? Because that's not a hard coded thing. It's a temporary thing.
That I just touched on it for like a second, like right before you came on. In fact, that might have been the clip that we were hearing in the background when you first joined on. To be honest with you, but that was a hot topic. I think a lot of the sub community is talking about it a lot. I don't think that the general community is really discussing it much because it's speculation, really only. We don't know for sure. The way that they described sounded temporary. But, Nintendo's probably too lazy at this point to really make any crazy changes. But, I could certainly see them pulling it away. It's going to be one of those wait and see moments. But you're right. For Gold Mario, he has obviously an all city start. So that's, that makes a big change. And to that point, I'll jump right into the chat where Matt Allridge says there's some very suspicious looking coin rings. And Rome Avanti ranked week 2. Probably they might have designed for this Gold Mario is kind of the way I'm interpreting what I'm reading here. Eva Taco says best with coins because Coin Frenzy is the best he can get in first place. So going back to Eva Taco's comment about having a coin glider because Coin Frenzies is all you want. You definitely don't want the Fire Flower Frenzy or anything like that. Coin gliders only get higher scoring from coins from boxes, not from on the tracks. That's correct. I think what Eva Taco was...
And also, it's only 3 points per coin. So even if it were the coins on the tracks, it's still probably not going to move the needle.
Yeah, I think what Eva Taco is mentioning is more about the frenzy chance being, hypothetically, whether you believe it or not.
I agree, but I think the optimal way to use them is going to be as a sort of pseudo boomboxer.
Agreed. So you're going to want to get the coin frenzies. I assume. Let me ask you this, because maybe it's not even good to assume this. Do you think that he's still sucking up coins when he's getting a coin frenzy or some other frenzy? Like, if you're getting a frenzy, are you still sucking things up around you? Does that count as a frenzy action? Or a coin action? I
mean, in that one Coin Rush video they displayed from the Ice Tour or whatever tour that was way back then, he was.
Because, it could be a frenzy action or something instead if he's sucking up those coins. It's going to be weird. I'd be interested.
trying to sit in fifth with the ink and sit behind a coin boxer and try and get the ink blot in fifth and try and pick up all the coins from a coin boxer? Is that kind of
that's what
the
Ansel's
goal?
saying is like you don't even worry about frenzies. You're just trying to get coin box. So you could get a non-frenzy run where you've gotten say 3 or 4 sucking up of these coin boxes where you're not hitting the bots, but you're getting the coins from around them. So you're kind of like in some ways you're not knocking them behind you, but you're not also getting those actions. But you hypothetically in this situation, you got 3, and it has maybe a wide enough radius. You could get 3 single box suck ups, whatever you want to call them, and end up with a 200 action run.
Yeah, and blooper frenzy would probably be the one to aim for. That'd be a good point. So pairing him up with a blooper glider, I think. I mean, I just like blooper gliders anyways, just because you get, you can get up to 7 actions from a single blooper and then getting an extra bonus points for it.
Now, here's the thing with that. To get a blooper frenzy, you have to be in 6th, 7th place, which is fine. But if you think about somebody a bot who is in 3rd or 4th place at peak odds of getting a single box, you have 3, 4 people in between you, and unfortunately they can actually hit those coins before they get to you. We've all been in those situations where you have you're trying to get this boombox frenzy, and if it's just like you and the coin box, you're getting all 40, 50 coins. But if you have a bunch of other people getting those coins before you can boomerang, it unfortunately screws things over. So I would be curious for a blooper frenzy. I don't know, maybe there's too many drivers in between you and the coin box for you to be able to get as many coins, because they have to kind of be sitting there before you suck it up, right?
You can. Yeah, well, you can get a blooper frenzy in 4th and 5th place. 4th is a little more rare. And then the other thing I was thinking is if you are in 8th or 7th and somebody gets a coin box and you get a mushroom frenzy, you can kind of tear through 3 or 4 players and get to those coins a little faster. So it kind of opens up a lot of possibilities, actually.
Well, yeah, so thinking about that, I think when it comes to a boomerang frenzy, a lot of times we're aiming for that boom box off the first item box, because we're getting those hits, and there's so many hits, so many people around you. You're getting all this action, crazy action, all right off that first box. But I wonder if the best strategy for Gold Mario would be not necessarily going off of that, but having an aggressive coin boxer, and really where you're getting a lot of those coin actions are later in the run, where there's less people around you, and you're not worried about the hits. You're worried about having a clear open space for you to just be able to collect as many coins sucked up as possible. So I don't know. That's a thought. Does that make sense or not?
Yeah, it does. I mean, I was even thinking, why would Fire Flower be bad at the very beginning? It's kind of like Boomerang. If you do hit the coin boxer, it'll stop the coin boxer from going. You'll spin him out, and you'll go buy him and suck up all the coins.
But I don't think you want to hit him, though. That's my point. I think you want him to be in front of you. Yeah, he's gonna collect some of his coins. That's just naturally gonna happen.
100%. Yeah.
But if you hit him, then he stops, and then the whole area of coins just with him kind of fall back. Compared to if you're not hitting him, I would throw the fireballs back behind me and let the aggressive coin box bot in front of me, just let him keep throwing his coins out, and just me just nonchalantly just kind of picking up his mess. I mean, that's what I'm saying about you're really kind of sucking up what he leaves behind. And if you have a number of too many drivers in front of you, off of a first item box, it may not be a lot of coins left over for you to suck up compared to later in the round. Now, every track's a little different. There's a number of things going on, but I will say I've had some runs, I've had boombox runs where I only walk away with 20 coins or something, because other drivers in the way, they pick up the coins before I can boomerang them.
Yes, that's definitely an art to boomboxing.
Well, that too, and going back to Angela's point, I mean, if you have multiple coin boxers, whatever happens at that point. As long as you keep one in front of you, you should be okay.
Then you got to. Now, here's the question. Then you still have to finish in first because shooting those fireballs are not guaranteed to hit somebody. After going half the track.
It's the same with Boomerang, and it's the same with Lucky 7, and we're still something we're used to working around.
For sure.
Honestly, a red shell right at the end wouldn't be bad, right? When you're in second. You had that coin boxer in front of you the whole time. You finally won't be upset when you get a red shell frenzy at the end of the game.
Yeah. Matt Aldridge says could be a good driver for newbies, like newer players. Just easy to get all the coins.
Easier to keep the combo.
You keep the combo too. That's a good point. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that.
I think there's a lot of things like where you go kind of horizontal off of the jump, where there's like a line of coins to try to get all like 4 or 5 coins. That is going to make that so much easier for people who are a skill issue like me.
That's a great point too. There's definitely.
As the guy who finished in 7th in ACR this.
he might have finished higher than that. Who knows? But yeah, I mean that's a good point because there are. I think every track's a little different. Now, of course, he starts with all these cities, which makes probably. I think we'll probably every driver will end up with 40 or 50 tracks when it's all said and done.
The new ones, you mean?
Yeah, the new ones. Some of the older ones, they'll finish with between 30 and 40 tracks. Is that what we're going?
I'm still going 60.
15.
All right. Well, because there's not. I mean, so many drivers. The majority, 85 to 90% of the drivers have seen every track already.
Yeah.
So those are set in stone. So we'll see some drivers with 30 something tracks, but if we get something with 60, I mean, it would have to be one of the Gold Wiggler or one of these drivers that came out in the last 2 months, because they still have theoretically the possibility to see tracks, and I hope they do give us one of those kind of meta kings. That'd be kind of cool.
Do you think these items having an all city start is going to actually be sort of detrimental to their value as it has been in the past, or do you think that we're in a sort of a different meta now since we're not going to be getting new tracks anymore?
I think it'll be okay because I look back at Kangaroo Yoshi. He was okay, and Vacation Luigi could have that trajectory perhaps.
Yeah, I think it's going to be how they introduce tours, because if they mix in the Nitro tours with city tours, which they could also do in the same vein of getting rid of this first cup boost or whatever, they don't have to do things the way that they've been doing them. They can switch stuff up. That will be really time will tell for that. But yeah, I mean, if they introduce cities with everything and they kind of scatter them, introduce them throughout the tours. I could see these all-city starts being, actually pretty strong because we haven't really been building our accounts around them. I think a King Mario or a Gold Mario could be a good account coverage, gap coverage type of person to just kind of insert here, and he just covers all these tracks that when these tours come up and everyone else is struggling. They could be really helpful for you, but I don't think I wouldn't be going out of my way to be like, yes, great, gotta take this guy up right away. I mean, I think Gold Mario is one of those drivers you almost kind of have to invest in now, just because you're kind of curious to see how does he even fare. I'd be curious to see how DKR puts him into the spreadsheet, right? So you have Gold Mario because it's kind of track dependent. It's also second shelf dependent. I'd be curious to see how he rolls that out.
Yeah, it really depends on rank for me. I mean, I'm excited to see what it looks like. I'm thinking 7 double to start since you can win them in second week as well.
Yeah, Matt says it would be nice if they had triple bananas. That way it would have been better than Fire Flower. Yeah, I don't know. I think this at this point in time, the ability is so powerful, the skill is almost irrelevant. If they had like kind of what you're talking about, where it had this magnet ability plus like a coin box skill, then we're talking about overpowered. Then we're talking about like this is insane. But I think I even think what if they gave him boomerang and he also had this magnet? It's like what? Like what? It almost would kind of nerf the boomerang part of it. But I think the fact that they gave him something else, like I don't know. I think that's a good way. I think they handled this well. They kind of give him this ability. It'll be curious to see how it goes going forward. The Fire Flower solos can be upward of 12 actions.
Yeah, that's assuming you hit
maybe
each single.
Yeah, you're not shooting it in that.
And you only shoot one at a time, so that's really optimistic.
That's extremely Well, maybe is he talking about 12 actions just because of the frenzy actions? Like
you have 12 actions from the frenzy, and you have 12, fireballs, I guess, or I thought maybe 9 even. I don't know. But I mean, going back to the city coverage, I think we have to make a shift in our mentality about how we view cities. We put cities lower in the ranking because we don't, at least for the rundown top 10, we don't take into account new tracks for the weightings in type of tracks. So when we look at the coverage of an item, we say, hey, what is the likelihood that the tracks in this item's inventory are going to come back? And we don't include new tracks because those are just a crapshoot. Those are just a gamble. A lot of the tours will have a new city track as the new track. So if we all of a sudden change the model to include those new tracks, then city representation gets a lot higher, especially in the past year. So I need to go and do the numbers, and I think I actually am going to adjust the rankings for this. So you'll see city drivers get big boosts this tour. Little sneak preview. But I think we could see cities getting close to on par with retros. Maybe not entirely. Maybe they'll be like 75%, but not like, a third or a fifth or an eighth, what they have in the past.
Yeah, so now's a good time to invest into Baby Rosalina Detective, is what you're saying.
Time to invest in Pauline.
Pauline, maybe. Yeah, there you go. I just, Matt said, I just want to watch Mancalor video. The radius is bad, is Matt Ulrich. So we're getting pretty hyped up about this radius, but it might be. I mean, I still like you make good points, like Anton, when you're talking about like, kind of taking a mini turbo at the end of a ramp and to get as many coins as possible. Or I think about like Daisy Hills, that like line of coins. It's gonna make that easier, especially for like newer players. But hypothetically, you could get it anyway. With this suction cup. I mean, I think this radius, man, it will come down to this radius and just how big or small it is. Crestpeak said, yeah, I just looked at it again. That radius is basically just an off-roader hitbox, it would deflate everything we just said. Yeah. Hopefully they turned it up. I would be curious if it is just like literally like a dial. They could just kind of like move the radius from one size to another, etc. What's going on, Luca?
I'm doing good.
Pulled an Antlev.
I got to drop off Studfit. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Okay, thanks, Antlev. What's going on, Luca? How you doing, man? What's your thoughts on Gold Mario? Put you on the spot.
Man, I'm a bit disappointed. I would be a little bit less upset if they just gave him coin vacuum, because I would know in my head that they can only do one skill, quote unquote, but knowing that they could give us Fire Flower and the coin vacuum, I'm very upset. But I'm still going for my top 10. I'm still maxing him.
Okay.
He gives me usage on a lot of tracks if I were to level him up. So top 10 still on, and I'm going for it.
I like it, man. So you're going for top 10 this tour. You're going to be hopefully winning Gold Mario and ranked week 1, and then you're going to be maxing this guy out.
And I'll be getting some coins after week 2.
And you'll be getting some coins for sure, because but you can't wait for that last hour to get your good runs. Yeah, I'm with you, man. Other strategies for top 10 this tour. I mean, how much have you already strategized or looked at every single track? I mean, I know there's still always stuff to research, but how are you feeling about it?
I'm feeling very confident. I've checked all the tracks. I even went into multiplayer with everyone and we went through all the locked cups. All the cups are looking pretty good for me with my predetermined loadouts before the new items and the buffs. And with all the investments, especially the new items, they're covering me everywhere. So only a few tracks are looking a little bit bad, but I'm yet to even look at the optimizer to properly check about all these items that I don't even know about that I should be leveling. But apart from that, man, it's looking real good. So I'm very excited and get to work tomorrow after we see what the optimizer tells me. But it's looking good.
Yeah, so I know that a lot will come down to the ticket optimizer, but you have plenty of tickets, so I don't think you're too worried about that. So it's going to be all new items, and then just like, is there another investment? Just curious, are any other investments that kind of stand out just from looking at what are the gaps?
Probably Jumbo Jet is looking pretty good. Silver Cupids I can finally take up after all this time. I've been saved my tickets and I can use it for once now. Happy with that. Drivers, obviously just the me's taking them a little bit higher. Ty Daisy's the only non-me I'd be taking up. She's looking pretty good. Karts, I think that's it. Gliders, Rainbow.
Taylor Swift.
Hey, I gotta check the Swift talent, Brian. I definitely gotta check that. And gliders, it's probably just the Rainbow Flappy Wings and a few others that I don't know, but I'm pretty sorted.
Rainbow Flappy Wings. I was gonna say that's a good segue to introduce G Siegel. I think he went into those pretty heavily as well. What's going on, Siegel? How are you doing, man?
Yeah, I was surprised at Fireflower. I mean, it makes sense after thinking about it, but I was just like, what? When I first saw that. Big shock. I wish it was Coinbox there, so we could have had some fun.
Yeah, maybe a little too much fun. I kind of like putting some guardrails on it. Yeah, I'm just still getting into the chat. I noticed you had the comment here about Manklor's video. It's not the same Gold Mario. I kind of mentioned it, but anything you want to add there?
Well, that video was like from ages ago, so I imagine Nintendo could have changed their mind in like the 3 years on how strong they want it to be, but so they're going to have to wait till next week to see how strong the coin vacuum is. But they did say in the description that it's weaker than Coin Rush, so it's not going to be that powerful.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting like, worst case scenario is basically just kind of creates like a wider hitbox, similar to like just having an off-roader. There is a best case scenario where, it's that radius can get, maybe an extra coin on each side, which would be best case scenario. It's definitely smaller than what we are familiar with the Coin Rush. Matt also said I would actually say it's worse than a big hitbox of a cart. So we're getting a lot of different feedback, which is totally fine. We won't know until we win them and then take them up. But it sounds like regardless, Luca's going to be riding that boy this tour. Kristen Preek says if it's a different vacuum, then there's much more potential. Even Taka says I want to know how well he can suck up the coins on courses like Singapore 2T, where there's a ton of coins during the gliding section. Shohei says in certain tracks maybe can be a great option, but I think he can't beat the me power. And that's kind of what I've been drawing my attention to is like, let's say a perfect scenario where somebody has a coin box and released every single item box, and you're getting 10, 15 coins from those item boxes, and you have them at 1610. Can you compete with? You could probably maybe in a best case scenario you're beating a giant banana or Lucky 7 me, but I don't think you can compete with a coin box or boomerang driver me driver when you're talking about the 200 action drop off of those bonus points stopping at 200 actions. That's my point. Cool. Crazy said, appreciate the streams, Antelo. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of catching up here. We had so much to discuss here. It's really fun at ACR Tour. Got it. All right. We didn't even get through the news yet, but we'll get to that. Cool. Some people talking about the personal best.
I'm curious if there's any changes, like final changes to the game. It doesn't seem like it, but
there is in terms of resources, which I don't know if you've seen or not, but we'll get to that. Definitely a big upgrade.
Is that in the news?
I don't know if they put it in the news or not, but just if you check the rank rewards, see the distribution of tickets, and also Gold Pass, we're getting a few more tickets. So instead of getting the normal 7 tickets, we're getting 2 sets of cap tickets. So we'll be getting Kart and Glider this week, and then next week we'll be getting Glider and Driver, I believe, if we just use logic. And then so on, it will be, Driver, Kart, then Kart, Glider in a single week.
And look, 45 rubies. Oh, wait.
Hey, I think the cap tickets are much better than the 45 rubies. I'll definitely say that.
I agree.
No, I agree. I mean, except for people like me who need to buy me dupes at this point, because.
But if we're talking first and second, there still isn't that jump, which is what for some people wanted, and Sammy says it a lot. He wants a bit of a challenge to get into first, but
yeah,
I guess just more resources for everyone. That can't hurt.
I feel like there's a chance that maybe going forward there could be things they do with rubies to make them more valuable. Like, we're not going to be using them to get any new content, so they would drop a lot in value even more. Is it possible that they're going to do something to incentivize? Maybe they're going to sell tickets for rubies. Who knows? I am kind of hopeful to see what might be coming in the next month or so.
I don't think they do anything like that, but I just think people would dedicate their rubies into Coin Rush to buy those extra tier shop tickets that they don't be usually buying or can't afford, or those extra daily select tickets. I think that's just where the rubies will be going.
Yeah.
Or those extra dupes that get discounted.
What's interesting is that I don't know if this is just tier 99. Let us know, like, if this is what's happening at lower tiers and stuff. But I mean, you're getting cap tickets all the way down at 15th place. One Kart, one Glider. And this is kind of the exact opposite of what we were expecting them to do. We were expecting them to kind of like make
the resources.
Yeah, because we have a finite number of items to invest in. So you think that they would slow the giving of tickets. Now, here's the thing: is they're just cap tickets, right? They're not level. So maybe they're willing to allow us to kind of all move at the same pace for cap tickets, but not level tickets. Maybe that's the case. I think this is actually probably more to help the newer players. These were all scarce resources, for us, who have been playing for a long period of time. And now, we're all getting them at such a higher rate that people can invest and catch up maybe a little quicker. That's my guess. But it is interesting. I mean, they even give like the hat and 5 cap tickets for Kart and Glider at 4th place. So they're still being very, very generous, no matter how high you score, which is interesting. No, Luca, thanks for mentioning that. We're still kind of just being overwhelmed. We spent so much time talking about Gold Mario. We still haven't even really led the news. Paul says, Studfit, does anyone know how many tracks Gold Mario has that are already covered by Gold Me or Blockhead Me? So I don't think either one of them have that many cities, especially these newer cities that are this tour. So my guess is they probably at this point don't have a lot of overlap, but things will definitely change as time goes on and these buffs get handed out. But right now, certainly, looking at the starting coverage, not a lot.
My fault. Sorry, I wasn't muted.
That's okay. What's up, Sauna? I see Sauna out there. How you doing? Let's see. I'm still trying to catch up on the chat. Let's ride to the sunset with 50+ tracks for Gold Ouija. Let's see. Cool. Is everyone excited about Gold Mario? Just catching up. Yeah, cool. So general consensus, Edidal says Gold Mario sucks, but just not enough, which I guess could be one consensus. Same amount of cap tickets for 15th and tier. Okay, all right. So same amount of cap tickets for those people in 15th place in tier 72. So interesting. So it doesn't sound like that's just a tier 99 thing, which is nice. Same in 2 different ones, like the higher tiers in 15th. All right, cool. So it sounds like they're giving out these tickets to everybody across the board, which is, I think, a positive thing. Let's see if there's anything else in the news that, because I think we just got the first, we basically got to Gold Mario and we're just blown away.
Check tour gifts as well. There's more tickets distributed in there than usual.
Okay. Yeah, and I think that's good because I think some people were asking like, well, hey, now that there are a finite number of items in the game, I maybe I stop getting Gold Pass or maybe I stop doing this or that. And so if they make those, if they're more lucrative, that's good for some people. It's like they're making these tickets. I don't know. They're kind of diluting the value. They're kind of like the way that inflation's happening right now. People are kind of diluting the value of a ticket, which is, again, fine. Makes me want to spend less money on the game, if anything at all now. All right, so if you take part in the daily aplenty, you get 20,000 coins or more. Got it. Token Shop has one of each of these level tickets, which is great. Featured the gold pipe token, and then the regular pipes. Got it. High-end Kart boost ticket. That's what we talked about. Okay. It looks like the total points challenge. There's a high-end Kart level boost and a high-end Kart points cap. Appears rewards for the total points challenge. High-end glider level boost tickets are being added to the tour gifts as well. That's what we're talking about there. And then there's a gold Monarch cart. We didn't get to take a look at that yet either. Clear the gold premium challenge to get 42 rubies. Fire gold pipe 2. All right, cool. Let's just jump into that real quick and see what they're referring to. So these are the total points challenge. Yeah, it looks like they gave us a driver and cart level at 700,000 and a driver and cart cap at 800. So very very generous there as well. Do you think this is just an anniversary or is this going forward?
Probably going forward.
I think going forward.
Going forward.
They've done it for tour gifts, they're doing it for rank, and they're doing it for.
Yeah, but it says in the news specifically just for this tour that these extra tickets are here.
Oh, really? Did they say that?
I don't think it's permanent. Yeah, it says just for this tour.
Oh.
Just for this tour.
I think they're doing it for Luca's top 10 run.
There you go. They know he doesn't need more
They've
tickets.
been real stingy with the quick tickets. I got only one quick ticket this took as well.
Yikes.
They keep doing it for me.
I could see maybe bringing the high-end tickets along the rest of the way.
The high-end tickets. Yeah, so it looks like
that extra set that they gave.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I could see what I would hope is that ranked this is the way it's going to happen going forward for ranked. I do wonder I'm almost kind of skeptical that it won't continue for, say, like this gold pass or this gold pass and these ranked and the other rewards that are out there, total points, etc. But ranked, I think this is a good move for ranked. I think they want us to be really motivated by ranked. Like this whole game revolve around ranked, and it kind of already for a lot of people does. It would be nice if they would have given us some of these tickets for like all cup ranking or something else. And like if you're going to dilute the ticket, like dilute it in a way that you want to motivate people to play the game. But I think ranked, like this just makes ranked much, much more important than it already was important. So, but it is nice to have these extra tickets here just for collecting these stars, which, most of us do that anyway. I will just read this other section, see if I missed anything else. The Royal Flush glider. That's right, we hadn't really get to take a look at those other items either. And the Monarch cart, both awesome names. I love the Royal Flush. They're on sale. And we didn't get into the Spotlight shop either.
Royal Flush of spades too. I like the touch.
Surprised they didn't do it up mushrooms or something.
Bullet Bill was skill.
Oh, Bullet Bill skull. Okay, cool. Yeah, it'd be kind of cool if they just, instead of spades, they had, I don't know, mushroom or something, something different, or it just kept it hard. So I get spades are, unique to cards, but it'd kind of be cool if they kind of spiced it up there. Mario Me is on sale. Gold Premium Challenges. So this Gold Monarch cart is a Gold Premium Challenge. I didn't take a look at that direction. Interesting. So, Luca, did you get this bad boy?
Yeah, of course, and I'll be using it on, I believe, the Paris track, or is it New York? What battle track is it? Paris, I believe, yeah. I'll be using him.
Paddle B, Paris B.
All the new items are doing really well, and they all kind of have separate tracks. Only a few overlaps, so overall they're really, really spacing out, and I can take most of them up.
Awesome. How's the hitbox feel?
Terrible.
No! 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 No!
Hey, man, I gotta
Luca.
suck it up. I gotta use what I can. They coverage-wise are amazing, but not terrible. They're not bad, but I like my big cards. You like your big cards. But they're medium. They're medium cards.
I do like big carts, and I cannot lie.
Tiny, but they're usable. They're good, but not large.
Man, it could have been large,
Studfit,
dude.
you might have a new favorite card. Look at what they're offering in the shop this week.
Okay. I will say I do like this the black BDX
Hey,
Mark II.
that Mark II? Oh, that's a nice card.
It's a
I'll tell you
nice
that.
card, man, and it does. It's whether you say it looks more like the Saints. I think it looks more like the Steelers. Just because I wanted to. So
that was the one.
Now I can't get it.
That was the one. It's a Steelers card. It's the first
card.
one since the
I can't get it.
B-Day.
That's it. I can't get it now.
you can get it, man. You could be a temporary fan. And then here's that Royal Flush looks sick, man. I'm definitely gonna be dropping 70 rubies on that guy. Even King Mario, 105 ruby. It's a nice little discount there.
Gold.
Actually, both coin boxers.
Wow, Gold Luigi back that quick?
Yeah. I guess has it been 4 months for Gold Luigi Night?
I don't even know.
I think he came out in May, right? I know the summer's flown by. Is that what you were talking about, Brian? Was the Steelers cart there?
Yeah, that's all you, bro.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I like it. And those Mark IIs, man, they have a nice hitbox. That's like a sweet size. I love the size of the Mark II. They handle well.
Yeah,
They load the
who
ground.
knows if it's? I don't know if anybody out there, you guys have used it yet. But remember, the purple one was a little bit bigger. So maybe who knows if this is what size this is going to be.
There's tickets everywhere, dude. I'm like, there's a lot of tickets, which is interesting.
I'm not so your shop is looking real good.
Shop's
Mine's not looking.
real
No.
good. What about this now? This looks pretty cool. This Rainbow Bells glider for Anniversary Tour. I love the look of this. This is really cool.
Yeah, the gliders, they cover me on the battle courses as well. So if you guys are missing a glider on the city battle courses, the gold hat, and we'll have the New York one, and then the Rainbow Bells along with the playing cards will have the Paris one.
Yeah.
Luca, you going to go 805 on the Royal Flush?
Probably. the gliders, I'll probably have to max all three of them.
Wow.
I think that's going to be a strong glider, one of the strong ones to end off the buffing cycles over the next few months, potentially.
Yeah.
Now, Luca, how does Gold Wiggler, Gold Diggler, how does he fit into this tour for you?
He's had a fair few tracks. He hasn't. The tracks that he does have, I've had a look at him, but I've seen better options. So I'm not looking to take him up. Maybe he might be on the track and I'm missing something, but from what I've seen, for my personal loadouts, we should probably go for all the other top players, the players that have. I don't think it'd be too useful.
I took him to level 6 last tour because I need him for week 2 ranked. I don't think that was the brightest idea, but
All tracks last tour. All the tracks that he had last tour are his tracks forever. So, not a bad investment at all.
And then Matt asks if they're at least the size, if these Monarch karts are at least the size of the hop rods, like the
yeah, they should be.
should be.
Yeah.
Torch came to the wrong stream. He said, "Are we here to talk about fantasy football?" Torch did torch me in fantasy football. Congratulations, Tim. Yeah, you need to send a thank you card to Mostert, who got you 26 points on Sunday night. But GG's, Torch. We got 2 leagues going.
Excuses.
No, I mean he also did. I mean the Browns. It was Browns D versus Frymuth, and Browns D win. Even though the Steelers got the win, so I have to at least rub that one in. Cool. Kart's not great. Tim already took a picture of some of the car, so just confirming everything we just heard. And then Matt Aldridge says, I think most gliders from the last couple of months will end up being kind of poor. So, and now I'm caught up in the chat. I think we've covered most of the news. We were kind of going into the spotlight shop just to see if there's anything kind of new. Usually, I jump into the toolbox. My phone won't allow me to spend to kind of jump into the toolbox, which is fine. My phone just keeps going bonkers.
I already got one of the newer gliders that came out this tour, the Soap glider from, I think it was back during the squeaky sprint tour.
What's it called?
The Soap Bubbles glider.
Oh, yeah, nice. That's awesome, man. That's a cool one.
So it looks like those items are coming over this tour.
That's good. Good. I can try to. Oh, this is gonna be rough. Let's see if we can. If I can kind of review the spotlight shop with you guys. Give me 1 second. All right, let's see if I can pull this up.
I'm interested to see if they ever add those gold premium items into the spotlight shop as of next tour. Or they just rerun them every time.
The gold premium. Gold premium?
The ones that we've had forever that haven't returned. I'm wondering if they ever add them back or just rerun them every so often.
And you're referring to like the gold hard hat and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, all that type of stuff.
Yeah. No, I'd be curious to see how they, if that is something that they roll out. I think time will tell for that, but my guess is they probably will keep them like kind of pay locked. That would be my guess, but you never know. And just kind of recirculate
maybe
them.
gold past the glider, like the gold hard hat. Maybe at some point goes to the gold pass.
I don't think they'll ever put it in gold
that's
pass.
probably not gonna happen. They're not going to give us stuff in gold pass, not stuff that has value. That's not their thing.
Way too good to be in gold pass.
They like giving us garbage in gold pass. Yeah, I'm with you here. Just kind of looking at the daily spotlights. There's some pretty good drivers. Usually they're pretty lax on the drivers, but you got Daisy Tydress in there, Volendam. DK Gladiator's back. That's pretty cool. Light Blue Shy Guy, Explorer, Toad Taurus in there. There's some pretty good drivers. Usually they're pretty lackluster. Even Yalene's back, which I don't know if this is the first time she's back, but nice that they're bringing these. I mean, I think one of the things that they did for a long period of time is they would put if a driver was introduced during a city tour, like Volendam, they didn't bring her back except for during city tours. So it's kind of interesting that they have Gladiator and Yalene back, or Spartakong as we call him, and Yalene back Daisy Tydress, Volendam. There's some pretty good drivers here. Usually we kind of, focus on the me's and not on the drivers, but some pretty decent ones here. For karts, I'm trying to see if there's anything new. It does look like the boo pipes are here. I see the Black Shield Speedster, which was a premium item. That's back and released in here. Trying to think if there's anything else new. Looks like that the wagon. Is that the what's that one called? Desert Rose wagon. So the whole Yalene set Desert Rose is back, which is pretty cool. I won't go through the full rundown of which items are the best ones to invest in, but I think in general, actually, there's not a lot of great carts on here. Not a lot of the meta ones. There's some decent ones. I think look at the top row. You got the red and pink Summit, decent. That's about it. The Taylor Swift has been okay. Not a huge fan of that. Looking at the normal chances, there's really not anything on that top row I'd even recommend. It's B-Dash Mark IIs and whatever if you want to go into that. I think Armored Rider, you got to put that on that list. Rainbow Taxi's there. That's a good one. Tycho Drum Dasher's was doing pretty well for a while. Sakura Sports Coupe, Jumbo Jetter. That Silver Cupid Zero has been doing really, really well. And maybe the Silver King and, Red Off-Roader's kind of already started to die off a little bit. But it's an off-roader, and I think that's one thing that's going to be true as we get into this end meta is that, the Red Off-Roader, even Brown Off-Roader, are worth getting and leveling up just for the fact that it's the largest cart in the game for total hitbox size. But then we have the boo pipes there, those black ones, the boo pipes. Moving to gliders, certainly the wonderful Garnet, an easy one for a lot of people to focus in on. To your point, Will Loop, that soap, this what is it, Sudsy something or whatever it is. Glider is there at a higher chance alongside the Rainbow Flappy Wings, the one that Luca invested in. I wouldn't say those are must gets. Even the Mosaic are at higher chances. So I like that. I like bringing back these newer gliders, putting them at a higher chance. Let us get back in on the action. I like that part of it. But I wouldn't necessarily recommend any of those other than the wonderful Garnet. On the first line of the normal gliders, normal chances for the gliders. I mean, the 8-Bit Bullet Bill and Fireflower are still pretty strong. Not must get.
I'll tell you what, that tulip corsage, especially if Antelope's going to put cities higher, that could be a really good one too.
It's a very powerful glider.
It is. I think it's probably like a B plus A minus glider. Just if you take out the cities, you add cities in there. Yeah, I'm with you there. Solid A. Other than that, I mean, going to the second row, Icy's Mario's Mustache has been pretty strong. The 8-Bit Super, obviously very strong. 8-Bit Block, 8-Bit Goomba now, even at this point. Other than that, it's been kind of a little lackluster. You do have the wonderful Wings and the Black Star Chute, Nabbit, Oil Paper, or Parachute, whatever that one is. Oh, I do see. Is that the Royal Flush? Sorry. The Royal Flush in here at a normal chance. I wonder if that's a mistake, or you don't have to buy it? Or I guess it would be. It's for rubies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, there you go. Let's. I feel like we got 30 minutes left. We haven't even gotten into ranked yet, but hopefully that helps some people at least kind of see what's available. And huge shout outs to Turtle Dude keeping the toolbox alive. Love you, man. Cool. All right. So for ranked, we got Athens Dash 3, New York Minute 3T, and Madrid 3. Two of these are new tracks. The New York Minute 3T, not a new track. And then for week 2, Amsterdam Drift 3, Sydney Drift 3 RT, and then Rome Avanti 3. So we got a lot of threes, which are the newest for most of these. I think it was like, what was it? Berlin jumped from, skipped over 2 and went right to 3, if I remember correctly. Or was that Amsterdam? Either way, we got all threes across the board between week 1 and week 2. Thank God there's no Paris battle track. That's all I am happy about. That was terrible, man. I can't believe that.
Never again.
Never again. We can
wait till next tour.
Oh my gosh. We'll see what happens. Anything I missed in the news before, and then otherwise we'll give a couple runs on Athens-3. I hear some footsteps above me, so I'll have to maybe cut it a little bit short. But I'd love to just see the new tracks and hang out with you guys. But anything in the news while we're having this? Any news?
Is that a legit buff right there?
Here for Athens-3? It's a good question. Let's take a look for Gold Me. It's got Athens-2 and Athens-3 and also Madrid Drift-2.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's a permanent track for Gold Me. So, big win
King
there.
Mario gets shafted again.
King Mario, unfortunately, gets overshadowed here by Gold Me. You do have the Light Blue Shy Guy Explorer, Pink Shy Guy Ninja, Toad Tourist. A lot of plus skills on here. There's only one plus skill Me, though, and that is the Gold Me. It's only Me you need to might be the only driver you need to worry about here, assuming you're over tier 80. Otherwise, you're going to be probably rolling with King Mario. He's going to most likely surpass any other ceiling that Pink Shy Guy Ninja or Toad Tourist will get, or even like Blue Shy Guy Explorer. But yeah, Gold Me. Let's ride with him. For carts, this looks a little tougher. We do have the Taylor Swift there and the brand new Monarch.
There she is. All right, that was the only thing I disagreed with you on the the different carts and gliders you just did. Was she's in ranked this week, and
well, that's
then
why
also,
she's on the Spotlight Shop.
No, I am half joking about this, but in the not half joking, I'll just say that, especially now that I think there's an up arrow for these Eagles, all of them, because now that there's not going to be any new carts, they'll finish as having the widest hitbox, like of all the carts there. And if a person's looking, you guys just talked about, the off-roaders. And I think if you're looking to get like max out the coin box score, that Taylor Swift, and she has good coverage. I'm not just saying that bias, like she's really in there. Well,
that's completely correct.
Yeah, so just to clarify with people at home, these Eagles, the Blazing Eagle, the Swift Talon, do have the widest hitbox, but they're much shorter than the off-roader. That's why the off-roader has the largest hitbox. The Eagles have the widest hitbox, but much shorter than the off-roader, which puts it at a lower overall ranking. But your point, there are a lot of people who only focus on the width. So if that's you and you like for Coinbox, that's really important. Definitely take a look at all these Eagles. Yeah, no, I think it's in ranked, so obviously it's going to be in the Spotlight Shop. What I think is really even more important is to your point is that this Athens-3 is a very tough top shelf. There are not a lot of meta items on this top shelf. If you think about some of these gold items between the gold pipes, gold Cupidero, those are fine. They haven't really been hitting the meta. Obviously, the Cupidero is and the gold pipes are both pretty big, but not as big as this the Swift Talon. But a lot of the other carts here are small. Mark II. I mean, not a lot of people went into the green. I think green is probably the least popular. Maybe that and the pink of all the Mark IIs, but it's got a bigger hitbox. So again, not a lot of meta items on this list, and then some of the items are a little smaller, like this Mach 8R, even this Desert Rose Wagon, just much smaller hitbox, much tinier. Even the Streamliner people complain, Streamliner and really the Hop Rod people complain about the width being and the hitbox in general being a lot smaller. And with Gold Me, you want a big, wide hitbox. So I think when you take a look at this top shelf, the Swift Talon does get the most attention because you have a coin box driver and you have a bunch of other small carts, and this probably has the best coverage of all of these carts. So I'm with you. I'm with you, Brian.
Now, just since you guys mentioned this, because it's such a big disappointment to me, I cannot believe they did not put in, and because this is the end of new content, that there is no gold off-roader or like some black and gold off-roader like that. That's my biggest disappointment. I meant to bring it up in Car Talk because they're obviously my favorite carts, but I'm going with the boo pipes here, the gold boo pipes I got at 7. So,
oh wow, that's not. I mean, I think that's a pretty cool move. I haven't seen a lot of people do it. I think that's why it's cool. But I'm thinking just like meta. There's nothing here that's been in the top 10. Is just as an example. At least in the last year. So from that perspective, you got to hope that you made a move similar to yours, Bobcat, where you went into gold pipes, gold Cupid's arrow, Swift Talon, and hope that you won. For me, the Secura Hop Rod was that lottery ticket that's been working out pretty well for me. In fact, honestly, it's been pretty strong for me. Now the downside is that it might be below my minimum viable hitbox. So for a coin box driver, it's going to be a little tougher. We'll see how the track works out.
What is your minimum viable hitbox? Like, if you were to pick a cart, that's your minimum. What do you think?
Streamliner Tropical Truck, right there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my line. That's like right below that is where I draw the line. Hop Rod is just like a little smaller than that. Jukebox buggy is too small. Just kind of put it in perspective. Yeah, thanks for asking though.
I've heard you use that term, and I was just curious because I've always meant to ask you.
Some people think that even the Streamliner and the Tropical Truck are too small. Have a lot of respect for that. For me, one of the when I was kind of thinking about it and coined the term was during Coconut Mall, and there was like these 2 coins, like right at the very beginning, I think of the R version with Daisy Tie Dress, and I could get 2 coins. It was like one of the wider sets between the 2 coins. I could get it pretty consistently just by getting a mini turbo and kind of rolling through it while drifting. And then for me, that's where I had to draw the line. But there are a lot of people. I mean, I still think as the meta becomes more finalized, more solidified, I think that people might move that minimum viable hitbox up. Right, they might be less willing to use a smaller cart as time goes on. So I think that. Yeah,
I think my minimum viable hitbox I think was the Goo Goo Buggy, and I think now that it's all ended, it's going to go up to the B Dashers. I think is
okay.
Is what it's going to be. Anything is what I was saying. Anything that works.
Yeah, no. We actually had some people ask, hey, how can you guys do like a final review of the meta? And I think we will once the full meta has been finalized. But at this point in time, at that moment though, we're gonna probably look at just large. Like, hey, if you can invest in like 10 carts, cover all the tracks with like 10 large carts, like that would be the dream. That would be like there would be like a set. Almost like a mega pairing. Think about like how we focus on the rundown. Like there will be a way that you can cover every track with just large and oversized carts, and that's what I'm curious about, finding out which ones. It might not be 10, it might be 20, just to be able to cover them all. But if there's a way to cover every single one with a large cart, that would be ideal. That's the perfect situation. Whereas gliders doesn't really matter, to a certain extent. For drivers, it does matter, but it's very, very different than carts.
Yeah.
Maybe another conversation on Kart Talk for sure. And the gliders is tough. So, I would say the drivers for Athens Dash 3, very easy to cover. You should be fine. Hopefully you're using Gold Me, worst case scenario, King Mario. But there's plenty of other options between, if you've been playing for this for a while, Pink Shy Guy Ninja. If you've been just joining here recently, Light Blue Shy Guy Explorer's been pretty strong. Toad Taurus is even there. But carts, gliders, very, very tough to cover, which has been really common for city tracks in general. So they're kind of sticking to their guns here as they were rolling out into the sunset. But I think for a lot of people, I mean, there's not even like a lot of meta items here. I think if I were, I think some people might go into the 8-bit Goomba. That might be like the best option for a lot of people. The scroll was doing pretty well for a while. The oil paper umbrella, the oil paper umbrella was did really well back in circa 2021. But I think for some people, it might just be getting this royal flush and just riding on the frisky side. I mean, right? So like we're kind of at this end game. You might as well just take something up that looks awesome, which I have to put this royal flush in that category. Especially as we're trying to cover more cities, if that is kind of something that people are focused in on. That's a great way to go out and invest in something and give you all these recent cities. Now, I didn't even get to see the track list. Are we seeing Athens Dash like 2 and 1 in here, or is it mostly just the threes of these in all cup ranking? Primarily, I'm asking Luca.
It's let me get the track list for you right now. It is Athens. It's basically all the 3 variants of the tracks, apart from the RT variants of Amsterdam, Bangkok, London, New York, Paris, Singapore, Tokyo, and Vancouver. All those that I just stated have everything but the RT for the 3 version. Then LA2, everything but the RT, and that's it. And then Paris B and New York B. So it's basically just all the 3 variants aside from LA2. And then some of the variants don't have the RT versions. They will have everything else. Okay. And then only 2 battle courses.
Yeah, so if for the battle courses, we have Paris B and what's the other battle course?
New York B.
New York B. Ah, okay. That makes sense. All right, cool. So yeah, just looking at some of these tracks, it's definitely a lot of 3s. But LA is not back, right?
Are they used twice, those battle tracks, or is it just once this tour?
Once. And LA2 is back, not LA3. There's no LA3. The only 2 variant is LA. Yeah. So it's not. I don't know what that list that we got the other day that had all those random tracks. It's definitely not that. So it's basically all the 3 variants apart from LA. I think it's missing a couple and then just missing RTs. But yeah, it's looking good. I like the tracks.
Good. Yeah, no, I think that's actually, I see it as a positive, right? So, usually the thirds were the newest of the variations. So, if you are like, usually we're like skeptical about investing into cities because we have like, Berlin 1 and like a lot of these ones, London 1, and we're like, we have that so covered, like we're not even worried about it. We have King Bob Gold or someone else we invested a long period of time ago. Whereas, these 3s, these are like the newest, these are the hardest of hard tracks to cover. If you think about cities and they're also new, they probably have the tightest top shelf. And even if this is like, if you have to think about it, there are no new drivers, no new karts, no new gliders that will cover Athens Dash 3. So for forever, there will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 gliders on this track, which is not a lot when you think about all the other gliders. Even if you think about, say, like London 1 or something as an example, there's probably like 20 gliders there. If this forever has 8 gliders and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 karts. This is these could be the hardest of hard tracks to cover. Anyway, random tangent there. I don't know. To me, that's a big.
Yeah,
like a big deal.
Everything's locked, right?
Everything's locked
from all these courses.
Everything's locked, right, guys? I mean, that's
everything from now on is set in stone. You have to pick something out of the options you see.
Every time a track shows up from now going forward, that is it for that track. Unless Nintendo, because again, they've never let something see a track and then give it that track later on. They could break that precedence, but I don't think they will. I think they're going to keep it the same. So every track that we see introduced in every single tour going forward is locked with that loadout.
I believe a lot of what we have not seen in about the last 6 months is a lot that we're going to have that fresh meta coverage for just a little bit longer, is all of the rainbow roads with the remixes and the SNES rainbow road, all the different variants as well. We haven't seen the Ninja Hideaway, and even like a Shy Guy Bazaar. But the issue with the really, really older courses is that most people will almost, especially Wales, possibly will already have sort of their coverage locked in almost.
Yeah. Yeah, so for those newer players, might be tough because they're not adding, like, they may not have added a lot of new items to those courses. That's fair. What do you think about this new track? The Athens 3.
It's kind of fun. I've only gone through it a couple times, but it was cool that like there's, you know, the places from the last one, from 1 and 2, are closed off. You kind of go through the, you know, everything, you know, from different. It's I like it. I think the Berlin 3, is that a new course?
I don't think
Berlin
so.
3 isn't new, but the RT version of it is.
RT is new. Got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
I found that interesting, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Berlin's, yeah. It's nice that they have the RT version in there, especially as they introduce last final tracks. Yeah, I think Athens Dash 3 from just riding it, I think it's actually pretty decent Coinbox track. No gliding sections, no crazy jumps. There's like little jumps here and there, but multiple sections where you can kind of avoid some people. There is a lot of turning, which is fine, but it definitely takes a little bit more skill to get all the coins from Coinbox. But overall, it's not a bad Coinbox skill for those who have it. I think some of the turns sometimes kind of hurt the value of, or help the value of Lucky 7. For one, you can kind of stay in 7th place for a while, but if you, in those moments like lap 2, where you're trying to use that Lucky 7 to get caught up, it could be tough for those using Light Blue Shy Guy Explorer. I could see think about Giant Banana for the Pink Shy Guy Explorer. Sorry, Pink Shy Guy Ninja and Toad Tourist. There are some really tight sections. It's not like super wide throughout the entire area. Really, just kind of at the starting line. So overall, I think it could be a fun track for almost any skill. I think for those of us using King Mario or Gold, the Gold Mii suit, I would assume 200 actions is easily achievable with Athens Dash 3. Is that what you're seeing, guys? Luca, you might be on.
I don't know why it seemed a little short to me.
It did seem kind of short. 200 actions, Luca. Can we get 200 actions on this track with Coinbox?
Sorry, I was not paying attention.
You probably were in the middle of like a record run.
No loadouts taken up yet. We're going to be patient. I can't be too pissy. Even though I know what I'm doing, I'm going to be careful. So I was just doing the dishes. Sorry, I was away for a second.
Oh, it's okay. I was just saying Athens Dash 3. G Sequel can answer this too. 200 actions for Coinbox seems possible.
Seagull will be
I mean, it seems possible. It'll probably be hard. It's a bit short of a track. I think the last box is a bit close to the line. So
The last box. I can see that.
we'll
Okay.
see.
So maybe 180, 190. I don't think I can double check in Discord to see if I don't really have a lot of time necessarily to do that review, but to see if DKR had submitted a DKR spreadsheet to see if with those action counts. I'm sure he's excited to release his technically his like final projections for. I'm just gonna double check just to make sure.
Really interested to see how we calculate Gold Mario's potential for action counts and everything.
Oh, so yeah, DK.
We get an idea of how he works. It's very hard to calculate an action
Perhaps
count.
use the algorithm maybe of the Super Leaf.
Well,
Nah,
no,
it'd be
'cause
way higher
those
than
are
that.
frenzy actions.
Way higher than.
Yeah, it will be. That's what we kind of talked about earlier. It will be very interesting to see how he builds that into it. Yeah, it does not look like. In fact, DKR says that he will not have his spreadsheet available probably even today at all. So,
Wow.
Luke, yeah, just be aware that. I mean, Luke, you probably already have your own spreadsheets put together.
Yeah,
Whatever.
you're gonna make one.
Well, today, as in, is he not going to be doing the sheets going forward?
No. He just
Starting-
said he probably won't
It's
get to
gonna
it
take a
today.
while.
There's just so much data.
Okay. No, I appreciate like the DKR personally is like my favorite resource in the game. You know, I gotta thank, you know, DKR all the time when I get the chance, and I hope he continues to maybe carry it through the end of these buffs that we're still gonna have for a few more months.
Yeah.
I really hope he does.
I think it'll actually be easier for him to maintain it. He literally has already done the actions. He could probably just copy and paste. Again, you know, it still takes someone to monitor. So will take him to copy and paste it. But I think it should take, you know, a matter of minutes in future tours. So hopefully this tour, though, not a couple of minutes. In fact, he won't get it as you see here from Torch. It'll come tomorrow. Let's get into Madrid Drift-3, which is a new track, right, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have Daisy Tie Dress as a top skill. We have White Tanuki Mario. For the non-Miis, those are our top two skills. In fact, we don't have a top skill Mii at all. You got some double bombs. Yeah, it's a Daisy Tie Dress exclusive.
What is that? 58 for her now? 59?
You know, it's in rank, so that's the surprising part. Giving her an exclusive is not surprising. It's putting in rank that's absolutely shocking. But yeah, basically her and White Tanuki Mario. Those are your two options.
Yeah, I've got a level 1 Ty Daisy, so I think I'm bringing her to a 7.
Yeah, you're gonna have to probably finally pull the trigger on her. I know you were waiting for a while. As for carts, the carts other end of the coin. You have some meta items here. Meta wise, you have the Jumbo Jetter, you have the Rainbow Taxi, you have the Red Comet. Those are all top 15 carts. You also have the brand new, very slick looking Steelers B-Dasher Mark II.
Yes.
That one, I have to advocate for. And then of course you have the Gold Shield Speedster.
Good car. That will be the next Blazing, kind of.
You think it'll be the next Blazing? I like that because it's commemorative.
It'll be up there. I don't think it'll be as good as a Blazing because hitbox, but that's not far off. But in terms of a big commemorative, they never go wrong. So it's just going to be another good car. So look forward to the buffs.
Oh boy. This is my new. I think this is my new cart. I'm pretty excited about this one.
JJ, what?
You like bumblebees, huh?
Black and yellow. Come on, baby. No, I think it looks awesome. I'm trying to like do some quasi saving. It's going to make it very, very difficult. But being in a city tour, I think I can hold off a tour or two. But that one's definitely going up to 8 quad cap eventually. I mean, I see that in the next 3 to 6 months that will happen. I want that to be my car.
Has a level 8 unlock on this track. So the new Crown cart, the Monarch cart, is if you're taking it to 8, you'll have this track.
That's really helpful to know. Okay.
Do you look the hitbox on that yet?
Well, that's what he said. He
Not
said it's
good.
really small.
It's much smaller than all those good options that he told you. So
I was hoping that was going to be maybe like the biggest box in the game because it was like the last.
man, we all thought it was Combo Cruiser, but it's not.
Yeah. It looked
good.
It
but
looked
less
combo.
tickets.
Yeah, it looked like it could be Combo Cruiser. I will say, so it's almost like the exact opposite of the Athens track in that Athens had a lot of drivers, really hard to cover for karts and gliders. This one's the exact opposite. You basically have Daisy Tie Dress, and that is it, forcing people like Bobcat to invest in Tie Daisy finally. Whereas there's a lot of decent kart options, not a lot of like large options, which you want with Daisy Tie Dress. But for me, Gold Shield Speedster, this is a nice option to use. And then for gliders, man, 8-Bit Fireflower. That's got to be nice. We saw it was the higher chance for the Spotlight Shop. We weren't sure which track it was going to get. But it gets Madrid Drift-3, and you know what? It's a little tougher to cover. The meta gliders on this track are the 8-Bit Super Glider, the Nabbit Parachute, and the 8-Bit Fireflower. In fact, I probably put it in that order for making a recommendation for investment. You have to kind of put this 8-Bit Super at tier 1, top tier, and then tier A, whatever you want to refer to it, and then probably Nabbit Parachute right below that. Probably lump it in with the same as the 8-Bit Fireflower. 8-Bit Fireflower is a little older, but I still think a newer player could invest in it and be very successful, covering a lot of tracks in the near future. So let's give it a little run. What do you guys think about Madrid Drift-3? Drive-3.
I've got the green emblem there, 7/7/15. It's just one of those random ones. I like the lightning skill.
The paintings are so cool.
Paintings, that's sweet. Now, I thought this was Madrid Drift. Is it Madrid Drive? Did I miss something?
Yeah, Drive.
Yeah, it's always been called Madrid Drive.
Man, I'm dumb. I literally thought it was Drift this whole time. Because I'm trying to remember. They named. Didn't they name?
Drift.
Which track was it? Like Rainbow Road, and like one of them had like Rainbow Road S or something like that, or Bowser's Castle. There's Bowser and then Bowser's Castle.
Yeah, for like the SNES and GBA Bowser Castle.
Yeah.
One of them is just Bowser, and the others are like Bowser's.
Oh, that's got like a coconut mall kind of thing right there.
It does. A lot of twisty turns. Narrow. This would have been good for the giant banana drivers that were on Athens.
And that's a lighted Luigi Mansion. We're just throwing in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love that thing, man. That's a beautiful little painting.
We need to look at like each of the paintings individually and
The little boo painting in there, it's awesome.
Yeah, this would have been a great giant banana track. There's a lot of turns. I feel like more than Athens. Feels longer than Athens, but like more turns.
Guys, I just wanted to say I got to head out, but really a pleasure as always, Studfit, to be on the show. Luca, really good luck on the top 10. I think it's a really cool top 10 to go for with the city nature. And Bobby, nice being on. Bobcat, nice being on with you for the first time. Nice job on the Kart Talk. You guys always have a quality episode there. And G. Siegel, we got representation from the Green Sprout gang. And has it seen all its courses?
The Green Sprout?
Hello.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Has it got good courses this tour? Yeah, I'll be taking it to 8 probably.
Has it gone through all the courses?
Oh yeah, it's seen everything.
Okay.
It's kind of that question's kind of like if a tree falls in the forest and no one hears it, did it really fall?
It's helpful.
I'm joking.
I promise you. For my ACR, it's actually quite good. So I'm happy I get to.
Nice.
Have
How
an
many times are you using it here?
I believe 3 or 4 times. 4 or 5 times actually.
That's decent. For something you've already invested in, that's perfect.
I know.
So, all right. See you, Brian. Appreciate it, buddy.
All the best, and especially for fantasy leagues.
There you go. Good luck, sir.
All right, thanks.
Torch does mention how the Clown Me that we didn't have uncovered does have the Bowser shell, which is above average. I've actually gone into both of the Bowser, both Dry Bowser and regular Bowser Mii suit, and I do agree the Bowser shell is not a bad option. I still think, Daisy Tidress is still going to win. I still feel like if you have Daisy Tidress triple uncapped, even if you were to take the Clown, I don't even know, to like 4 or 6. I still would probably prefer Daisy Tidress at 8. You would have to max out the Clown and double uncap it for it to score higher than maybe even just single. But I feel like it's a little much for a new Mii suit. But that's an option. It's a fair option, and probably in some cases the best option. Monk's Music says about 10 minutes behind, but only future buff possibility I could see would be level 9 unlock if level 9 ever happens. I know they said that there's no plans, but still possible. Yeah, I would not. I feel pretty confident about just saying that that's final. That these are the options.
My thought is that the next year it's locked. If they're going to do a level 9, I don't think it'll be until after Anniversary 5 or during Anniversary 5 if we keep the game going and money keeps going in and they're like, you know what, let's just go ahead and bring out level 9.
If that's the case, they would have to do a level 9 unlock for it to mean anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's at least a year. If
they've never they did the unlocks, with 3 and 6 and 8. Would they do another 1-track unlock at level 9? That's like assuming that's like, I don't know. That's a lot of ifs. Is all I'm saying.
Well, I think that so if you look at it for all the other ones, I think that the common, right? They should get it. They should get 1. The supers would get 1, and then if it goes with the high end, you had 2 for 3, 2 for 6, and then 1 for 8, and then 1 for 9. So I could see it happening.
Well, one, they'd have to release level 9, even though they said that they aren't. And then they would have to give it another track, even though it doesn't fit any pattern. But they could do it. So, again, totally within the realm of possibility from Nintendo. But, I'm talking 2% chance, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think just level 9 is a 2% chance a year from now.
Fair enough. For week 2, we got Amsterdam Drift-3, Sydney Sprint 3 RT, and Rome Avanti 3. All 3 of these tracks new? No, Amsterdam 3 is old, right?
Yeah, Amsterdam is old. The other 2 are new.
Got it. Okay. So let's get into Rome Avanti 3, and then I have to run. It's already 7 o'clock. I can't believe how fast it's flown by. Rome Avanti 3, we have Gold Wiggler as a top Mii option. We also have Gold Charging Chuck and Spartacom as looks like to be the non-Mii top options. And then we have Gold Mario. So you will have owned him by this point. And then we also have Yolene in there as well. So plenty of top skill options. It'll be interesting. Let's just, based on what we know now, let's just say it's not the smallest radius of this vacuum that Gold Mario has. I still think he's not going to be as good as Gold Charging Chuck. Again, I haven't raced the track. Don't know how the track's set up. Track could totally be set up differently. But, if you can get 200 actions with Gold Charging Chuck, I don't think, and you have him at a high level, there's nothing you have to do with Gold Mario to win week 2. Is kind of how I'm thinking. What do you guys think?
I think you spot on there. We can't say anything. We don't know. But I can't really see it being even better than Boomerang or Coin Box at all. We have to wait and see. Again, he could have a very, very high ceiling. If you hypothetically think about it, if you get, a Coin Box of spraying coins every box, and you're there to pick them up, you're getting those actions. That's a lot of actions, and you get your own frenzy. You'd be able to hit 200 quite easily, but for everything to line up, it's quite hard. And then how big his radius will be. So we have to wait and see, but I wouldn't put money on it. Just wait. We've got to wait for it. I'm still maxing.
You're still maxing. You got to, man. I'm with you. There are 2 Coinbox drivers on the second shelf, which is higher than what it seems like we've been getting lately. So that's good. Both Rosalie and Swimwear and Kamak. So I think, though, a lot of people are going to be rolling with Gold Charging Chuck. And, he seems to be doing pretty well and ranked this year overall. For me, I did not invest in him, but thankfully they threw a nice investment for the Wiggler Me, which seems to be basically the only me option. It's plus skill. For carts, wow, a lot of carts. So, goodness sakes, a lot of carts. We have, when you talk about the meta, Black Shield Speedster has not really hit the meta quite yet. It's still relatively new, but the Silver Cupidero kind of released that tour right before it. It's doing pretty well in the meta. That's right there alongside Silver King. A lot of older players definitely invested in this guy. This guy had a phenomenal year when he was introduced. We have the Tycho Drum Dasher in there as well. And then if those people got a little spunky and went into the Chain Chomp or even the Yeehaw Wagon, they could be rewarded. But overall, I think for tier's sake, Tycho Drum Dasher and Silver Cupidero in that top tier, kind of speaking to newer players, those would probably be the best 2 investments for a newer player to invest in. Silver King right there, kind of in that second tier. Still worth investing in. It is a little older, but it'll give you some really good coverage right off the bat. Tier 3, it's speculative, but I think Black Shell Speedster will still probably...
That Tycho Drum, I took it to 715 immediately, and it is not disappointed.
That's awesome. Yeah,
it's just always... Yeah, I mean, I literally have nothing else, and it'll be there 715. It's crazy.
It's got really good coverage.
It's truck for you.
It's really good coverage. I think for me, I'm just always wondering about the minimum viable hitbox. You feel like it's good enough.
The width is fine. You can get the 2 coins fairly easy as long as you drive straight. You can even hit it from a little bit of a side, like if you're coming into it and making a turn. But I mean, it doesn't have the length for sure that you want, but the width is not bad.
Yeah,
the gold premium has this at 8, by the way, the gold monarch cart. So if you want to take that to 8, you have an unlock here.
Wow. Good. Thank you for mentioning that. I always want to know about that. Not that I mean, I think there's enough meta carts here on this track that are bigger in size.
I wouldn't do it.
That I wouldn't recommend it, but it's good to know it's there. For me, it's Black Shell Speedster. I assume that might be the same for you as well, Luca.
I'm going with Silver Cupids.
Silver Cupids.
Well, I'll probably have the Gold Monarch higher, but if I were to just go pure meta, Silver Cupids for sure.
Yeah.
Max that baby out.
Max it out, baby. Gliders, another good number of, good is relative, but you have the wonderful Garnet, one of the best gliders in the game. 8-bit 8-bit Bullet Bill, a former phenomenal glider, still great for pairings, still great glider. It's actually kind of eerily similar between carts, where you have like the Silver King is kind of very similar in the same vein as this 8-bit Bullet Bill, where like still phenomenal coverage, older coverage, but phenomenal coverage. If you're a newer player, I still wouldn't hesitate in investing in it, but this 8-bit block is right there. It's been pretty strong in the meta as well. Yeah, I think for a lot of players, what I would recommend is looking at the wonderful Garnet as as tier 1. Tier 2, I'd put the 2 8-bit items probably together. You know what? 8-bit block, yeah, I might separate it. I might put 8-bit block and then underneath that 8-bit Bullet Bill. Because I would, for a newer player, I'd probably prioritize investing in 8-bit block over the 8-bit Bullet Bill. But really, I mean, it's pinching hairs at that point. Let's go in with 8-bit Bullet Bill. Let's take out the track and see if it's good for Giant Banana, or good for Coinbox, or good for Vacuum.
Hopefully.
I don't even know how to.
Another level 8 unlock on this track, by the way, the Rainbow Bells. If you have nothing good top shelf, the new commemorative glider.
You say it's an unlock, or it's just up there?
It gets it at level 8.
Ooh, level 8. That's a lot. Level 8's a lot, but especially for what looks to be like a decent number of meta items. But good to know. I think it looks beautiful. I could eventually take it to 8. That seems pretty. It looks like a pretty sick glider.
I'm looking for coin rings, Studfit. Where are they?
Where are they, baby? Oh, so we're in the Coliseum. That is freaking
They
amazing.
look really cool, those chain chomps.
They look
How they're positioned.
There's that coin box driver behind me for those vacuum fans. So we kind of talk here or there.
If the magnet is big enough to get all of these,
Coin rings.
then the magnet's going to be overpowered with some of these
I hope
courses.
so, man.
We need to see-
You'd be able to get at least one of those completely, but if you could get most of it anyway if you had a big hitbox cart. So, actually, not most of them. That's a pretty big
I
coin
would say
ring.
most of them.
Yeah.
It's a lot of coins though.
Yeah, well, with the vacuum, you'd be able to get a whole one of one, but I don't know, about 2, that's a bit much.
Whoops.
Hopefully, I hope so.
Those chain chomps look hard to get by, man.
Dude. Maybe it was
A
just
little bit
terrible. Racing it for the first time.
Yeah, well, no, it doesn't look easy. That's what I'm saying. I haven't raced it yet. It looked pretty tough.
So grab the little picture there, just kind of see. There's that coin box in front of me. Could be a good, could be a little good gold Mario track there. Hero's disappointed about the gold Mario. A lot of chain chomps on this track, says Thomas. Yeah, I don't know. So I kind of snapped this photo. I don't know if it was a good one or not, but so in this ring, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 coins here. Did I count that right? Possible. Of those, I mean, even if you can get
I think there might be 18.
18?
If it's a circle right there of like 4 or 5, it's about 18, I think. 18 and yeah.
If he can get all 18, then I'd say Gold Mario is a pretty strong driver. Because 18,
either 18 or 19 or 20, maybe. There might be 20.
now
Pretty
Boomerang could get both sets. Now there's no Boomerang top shelf driver on this track.
DK Gladiator has this.
DK,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, and Yalene too. You're right.
DK.
It's only Gladiator, I think. But.
But if coin vacuum, you don't need to have that frenzy or have that boomerang to get it. You could just literally suck it up and.
But
It's going to be interesting.
I think what Siegel's talking about though is that you can get 32 coins with
Yeah,
Boomerang.
you can like.
I think it's 20. I think 40 coins is pretty good. Yeah, DK would not be a bad option there for sure.
And Yalene.
Especially with the coin boxes down below.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got Kamek and Rosalina Swimmer.
Oh wait, yeah, they're both there. So you've got 2 Boomerang options.
Yeah, so Yalene's here as well. So yeah, I stand corrected about the Boomerang. So yeah, that could be. I mean, that part's really strong for Boomerang. But going back to Mario, if he can only get like this top right section.
No, I think that's going to be like his limit is going right in the middle and getting all of them. I think that's why they probably put him on that track. So you can see.
Hey, I'm happy with
that's
that. Beautiful.
That'd be good. That's what I'm hoping. I mean, there's no way he can't get all those with his magnet, right? I mean, look at that. It's not that much.
But here's the thing: is that Matt Aldridge was saying is basically like having a large cart. This is already a pretty decent sized cart, but like the off-roader's only going to get like 6 of these coins.
Yeah, you are right.
So if Gold Mario is only getting 6 of these coins, I don't know. If he's let's say though, I don't know. I think my guess is he's getting half of these. I think he's getting 9 out of 18.
No way. I think he's getting all of them. I'm going to go with all.
You're going to go with all.
For the one coin ring, I reckon he gets all of them for sure.
Yeah.
You think he's getting all these?
Enough where he could get.
2 coin rings? No way.
No way.
No.
Oh, no way. It's just literally, he has to hit this dead center too.
But Luca, your thought is that your hope is that he can get all of these coins here.
Oh yeah,
I think they're literally showing us this literally to show us how big his magnet is. Like that's it. That's all he'll get. He won't be able to get anything outside. Like if it was where those fuzzies are going around, he wouldn't get those. But as far as just like that area, I think that's going to be his magnet size.
I will say
you got to go right in the middle though.
Yeah. That's interesting. I'm going to go back to Matt Aldridge's comment about the hip, like basically just having a large, like an off-roader. If that's the case, that's not good. I think that I like your idea, and it makes a lot of sense. That But
I've been wrong before. I thought he was going to have coin box. Remember?
Yeah. But no, I mean, if they're showing us this, like, hey guys, here's the exact like limitations of it. Literally in the track that it is released at the same time he is released, and they give him the track. Like that makes a lot of sense to do it that way. What I will say is that this section is amazing for Boomerang, because think about it. If Coinbox is dropping coins on the ground and you're picking, because sometimes you can't be too high. I think you could probably pick up what's on the ground. And what's good is that bots are not picking up what's on the ground. Versus which you can pick up with a boomerang, and then on top of that, you're also getting the hits for these fuzzy things, whatever they're called. You guys can let me know what they're called, but I can see like if you're getting all 32 coins, and then you're hitting 3 of 6 of these fuzzy things, and then on top of that, if there's like a coin boxer knocking some coins like right here on the ground, it's not falling through the track; it's there on the track, just lower. That's I mean, you're getting like 70 actions or something, like ridiculous.
Recalculating, I think there's actually 20 total coins, because I think there's 1 in the center, like 6 or 7 on the outside, and 11 on like the exterior, like the complete exterior. Like there's 3 rings essentially. So I think there's 20 there.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see next Wednesday. What happens? Well, if someone has a screenshot or has a video of a bot, like a bot Gold Mario, which actually can Gold Mario even be on this? We can't see a bot go through this because you would not have a top shelf bot on this track, right?
Oh, has anyone even seen a Gold Mario bot yet?
We have seen a Gold Mario bot on other tracks, but what I'm saying is we wouldn't see it on this track.
Yeah, you'd have to grind down the bots and then get lucky and get them in.
Well, they can't have a top shelf bot.
Because he's top shelf. Yeah, never mind. You're right. Yeah, he's in there on top shelf.
No, but also in the data. Well, this is years ago anyway, but it might be the same that coin vacuum doesn't activate when he's not top shelf.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what happened to him previously.
That's how it used to work, but they might have changed.
We don't know if hopefully it's still like that, because then he'll be annoying during races. It just sucks up your coins. But,
so you're saying he would not have this ability if he was used on the second shelf?
Yeah, that's how it was.
Wow. Which actually makes a lot of sense, because there's some cases where you could just use him.
Yeah, you don't want him taking a coin. Imagine him as a bot. You're getting a coin box frenzy or just a single, or even just going through lines. He's just taking everything. Well,
we talked about that being a potential fear that could easily happen. Yeah.
I don't think it will. It stayed in mind before, and that's how they kind of had it. I think they thought ahead of time.
Okay. Crested Peak, what's going on, Bandit Guy? But Crested Peak says if Gold Mario can't even suck that ring in, I don't know what I have to say. If he can't, we can't put him in any type of top tier. If he can, man, it's he's arguably better than he fits in right between Boomerang and Lucky 7 and Giant Banana, like right there. Below coin, there might be tracks like this where he's above coin box. I don't think so, but I still think if you're using gold charging Chuck, all things equal, same levels, same whatever, I still think you're going to probably do better with gold charging Chuck than gold Mario. What do you think? If he can stack up all these coins, I still think gold charging Chuck's going to get to 200 actions just fine.
You're going to be getting like more coins from your coin boxes elsewhere, so I think gold Chuck is still better. But he might be like same action count as Lucky 7, maybe.
Well, think about this. If Gold Mario's got decent enough, coin vacuum to suck up all these coins, if you get the perfect run, which again, if we do this while we're boomboxing anyway, but sometimes we don't have the single boomerang or the boombox frenzy, but the coin box will be spraying everywhere. With Gold Mario, you don't need to rely on the RNG apart from the coin box to get in the box. So his ceiling could be high still. So it's all dependent on how strong his vacuum will be. He could be up there with boomerang. We don't know.
How many coins do you get during a coin frenzy? Like how many actions?
I think it's 27.
So 27 actions. Okay, so 27 two times, that's 54, and then the extra 40 here. I mean, that's we're
again,
nearing 100.
with Gold Mario, the problem is if you're front running, going for those coin frenzies, you can't be bagging to get the quote unquote coin magnet boombox.
Yeah.
So you kind of got to be looking for blooper frenzies or mushroom frenzies, something like that, which is annoying. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, but I'd bet on coin box being better. Yeah, but he's still going to be decent, I think.
Yeah, I could see him.
It'll take a long time though.
Wooloop did mention earlier that he had Gold Mario in his lobby, and he got some of his coins sucked up. So I think that's what he said. I'm not sure, and I'm not he's not here to say yes or no. So just let us know if you've had Gold Mario suck up your coins or seen him suck up coins as a second shelf bot. If that is the case, let us know. I'd be curious to see a video of it, because that could be a run killer. Just having them in your lobby. Cool, guys. All right, yeah, but this is a great track for Boomerang. That's for sure. We just definitely nailed that between Yali and Spartakong. Definitely, what did we talk about? Something like 50, 60 actions just from boomboxing this area. Between everything. So, all right, well, there you go. Thanks again for joining us, guys. Good luck, Luca, on your top 10 run. We'll be rooting for you. Excited to watch along the way. Will you be VCing anywhere or streaming anywhere or do anything?
I'll be in the GSG, so if anyone wants to come and watch the streams, they're welcome to pull up. But yeah, thank you for your best wishes. I won't let you down, Studfit.
Well, no, Stud, I did want to check. You didn't see who was in your rank, did you?
You are not in there. I saw that.
I wasn't. Dang it.
I know you were really worried about that.
Hopefully you get me next week, Studfit.
Oh, no. That probably would happen. But you know what? I'd be up for the challenge. So let's go. All right, guys. Well, thanks again for joining us. Thank you, Bobcat. Thank you, G. Siegel. Appreciate you, Luca. And good luck on your run. And until the rundown, may the frenzy luck be with you.